the subtle energy's power to move things, to move chemistry. Now we're on to something, subtle energies. I'm not in medicine anymore. I'm in the physics realm. I don't understand this language. I don't understand equations. This is very new to me, but I was determined to get to the truth. Now, Tiller is really interesting because he was professor of material science and engineering at Stanford for many years, 35 years or so, okay? And material science means you know and you understand the atoms and molecules that make up materials. He's a genius. He knows how to create new material. This is really key because we'll come to his target experiments later on in this, okay? He knows materials. He knows the conditions where materials can be changed and make new materials. He's an engineer. He connects the dots. He bridges the gaps. And I bring this out because Tiller is a bridge builder in his mindset. Whereas in medicine, I look at a joint, I look at the immune system, I look at my own little silo. I don't bridge gaps. I'm in my little world. Physics and Tiller, his mindset was to go across and see the connections. I, in my little world, was this very limited. He was very expansive. It was so evident to me when I read his papers and his work. Because I'll tell you another thing. Tiller published in medical journals. Astonishing. A physicist is going into medical journals to communicate something that is really crucially important. And he said, you know, when I met him in Arizona, he retired in Arizona, in Scottsdale. And when I first met him, I asked him, what made you go here? He says, because medicine is stuck in chemistry. And we need to really expand our thinking beyond just the biochemistry to make humans aware of the gifts that they are. We have gifts inbuilt into us. Mother Nature is very wise, okay? We don't, okay, so I'm not debunking medicine because medicine, I know, I've practiced science, I've learned the science, I do it every day, I do telemedicine, so I don't ignore it, but I also am aware that when a patient is ready, I open the conversation. Hey, listen to me. You already have many gifts. Why don't we look at Tai Chi? Why don't we look at intention? And I'll come back and circle back to that later on. But we open the conversation because it's not enough, I should say. It's not enough to give steroids. It's not enough to give methotrexate. It's not enough just to do that. It takes us a long way, but I know we're at a point to make people aware that, hey, you can do a lot of things for your self-care that will benefit you. And I told you at Mayo, my patients were doing that and teaching me the power of the energetic systems. And
no, it's interesting, just as a little aside, my brother is a continual patient at Mayo because of his sinuses and problems, but they have him doing Qigong and Tai Chi.
In Rochester? In Rochester?
Yeah, in Rochester. I thought, you know, I was just amazed. I thought it was great that they were recommending that to him.
It is amazing, and kudos to Mayo. You know, when I was there, I would give grand rounds on turmeric. I would give grand rounds, and turmeric it's gonna come. And this is in year like 2001, 2002. Actually, I was at Mayo, and then I went to do some research in London and came back to Mayo. So I'm talking early 2000s. I was giving grand rounds on the power of nutraceuticals.
Right.
Okay. botanicals that have anti-inflammatory properties. And then I would go into omega-3 and all of that. That was really my bent, that we have to do these other things in addition to chemical medicine. But I knew that underlying all that chemistry, something more powerful. And this is where the acupuncture system comes in. But I didn't know that. I didn't know the term subtle energies until I came to Tiller. So I meet him, I write to him, I call him, I was persistent. I said, I need to decipher this paper and many others. I just couldn't make sense of it.
Yeah.
But I knew that this was really, really important. So, he tells me through Walter Dibble, his associate, an experimental physicist, Walter Dibble, that read this. This is his book, Psychoenergetic Science. And he says, Bill Tiller says, read this book. So I get the book. And I'm reading it. And I honestly, Carol, I was getting somewhere to